We got a good one today. Patience. Patience is going to get you. Patience and consistency is going to get you exactly what you need. And where you need to go. So that's what I'm on. But we talking Paul Rudolph today. A well-renowned architect. Ooh, and guess what? He's American. I feel like we're always talking these architects, and they're from, you know, they're French architects, right? They're Brazilian architects. They're this, they're that. But it's like very few American architects. So I feel very appreciative, and it's inspiring when I come across an American architect. And I gotta write these notes down. I just be talking to y'all and I don't get all the notes that I need because I got to come back and refer to it. American architect. Okay, cool. Let's do some facts, man. Let's figure out. So, let's just do some quick short facts. So, Paul Rudolph was born in 1918. 1918, and he died in 1997, 1 year after I was born. He was a pioneer American architect and key figure in the Sarasota School of Architect. I think that's in Florida, right next to Tampa, of architecture, known for adapting mid-century modernism. Come on. He's my favorite already. Okay, that is kind of what really, that style got me into, I want to say about almost 16 years ago, got me into, you know, architecture, furniture, that style, that 1970s feel, that Brady Bunch, that, you know, that Flintstone, that's more Palm Springs, but I love sunken living rooms, conversation pits, carpet. Like, that is where I'm leaning into with Charles Sylvester. It's something, it's a lost art, and I want to bring that art and that feeling back. When you walk into a space, it makes you feel warm. It gives you this euphoric feel that you want to listen to music, have a great time, laugh, charcuterie boards, really have a party. It's almost like listening to Don Toliver in a space with your friends and family, and you're joking, it's carpet, and it's just so much bantering. Almost like the TW Airport, that feel, that Catch Me If You Can feel with Leonardo DiCaprio. Those times, but almost bringing blackism almost into it, and bringing my swagger into it, if that's the proper word to use. That's what I want to do. But let's keep digging back into Paul Rudolph. Modernism of Florida climate becoming a leading prominent of brutalism. So he used a lot of brutalism, a lot of concrete in his buildings and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm gonna put a picture right now of one of his homes that he created. Boom, amazing. Look, a couple pictures right now, and him. Okay. As a chair of Yale's Department of Architecture in 1958 and 1965, he designed the iconic concrete Yale Art and Architecture building. So let's put that picture up right there so we can see that. Yeah. I'm writing that down right now. Easy. So y'all can see the building too, so y'all can learn with me. Okay, so let's listen to some key facts. Early career in Sarasota School. After serving in the Navy during World War II, where he managed ship construction, Rudolph partnered with Rolf Twinkle in Sarasota, Florida. He became famous for airy, innovative, and cost-efficient residential designs, such as the Cocoon House, which was used unconventional materials and sprayed on plastic. Let's look at that. We're going to add that picture right now. Okay, so he's a brutalist icon. Rudolph is best known for his later complex and muscular designs and reinforced concrete with the Yale Art and Architecture Building, 1963, being famous and controversial product. Okay, let's talk about that. With the Yale and okay, so we're bringing back the Yale Architecture Building, so we can see that again. why it was controversial. Okay, I love when we talk about design philosophy, because I feel like when you're approached and you're talking your designs and your creative process, people want to know how we got to the finish line. Walk them through A through Z, because then they can connect artistically with where you're at, because everybody doesn't have your mind. So being able to walk somebody through your process and your design philosophy, and being able to be concise with that and not having run-on sentences, for instance, right? So we'll talk about Charles Sylvester. So Charles Sylvester is a twisted take on mid-century modern using foam, acrylic, and wood. Very unconventional, and it is shown through the practices of hardship, with basically it being a take on my life and how I came from addictions to a better way through my art and my designs. Okay, it's a little rough, but I'm done. You see, it's like I can paint the picture about what my brand is, what I'm trying, what materials I'm using, and why I did it, and a quick little backstory. I can clean it up for sure, but it's something like that. So let's dig into this. He focused on this was another point. He focused on how buildings intersect with light space, often creating highly complex multi-level floor plans. I love that, man. I love that. So let's dig into a quote. Architecture is a personal effort, and fewer people are coming between you and your work, the better. This is a very real problem, and you can only stretch one man so far. The heart can fall right off the building during the production of working drawings, and sometimes you would not even recognize your own buildings unless you followed it through. If an architect cares enough and practices architecture as an art, then he must initiate design. He must create rather than make judgments. Okay, Paul. So when it talked about multi-level buildings and fixtures, you can see it's multi-level right there. And I'll be putting some of the pictures up for the Yale building. Let y'all decide if it's controversial or not. Another quote. Action has outstripped theory. The last decade has thrown a glaring light on the omissions, thinness, and toxicity of ideas, native with regard to symbols, lack of creativeness and expressiveness of architectural philosophy as it developed during the 20s. Okay, I have no idea what that means, but I'm going to find out. Okay, let's dig into this quote too. The usual definition of scale is a relationship of human dimension to the environment. We talk about a building being in scale or out of scale, which is really nonsense. Most buildings that really count have multiple scales. Buildings need to be understandable in varying dimensions. Sight, sound, smell, relationships to their environment. Their spot on the globe, materials, climate, the mode of approaching, modes of movement. Walking, automobile, train, subway, bus, plane. All of this is modified by our cultural memory and the 20th century contributions to transportation. The quickly moving vehicle has transformed the possibilities of scale as an architectural tool to help remind us of our humanity. Our modes of transportation will change in unpredictable ways, but the population explosion ensures that getting there will be with us for some time, and this changes our understanding of the environment. Okay, yeah, he going crazy. He's going crazy. I see him thinking in a different realm. Yeah, these concrete buildings is crazy. Yeah, he's like that. Yeah, he's like that. I'm just going to be putting pictures right here. Oh my God. Let's put the Dean residence. Up right now. This is crazy. Yeah. Went out, my bad. So the Dean residence, we putting up the Dean residence right now. Ooh, Let's put up the concourse right now. Yeah, he's going out of me. That's how you know I'm working. But yeah, man, let's see. Let's talk about, okay, it says, although his popularity warned during the rise of the postmodernism in the 1970s, his work has seen a revelation and master of late. Okay, yeah, so I ran into Paul Rudolph from this house right here that I'm going to be showing you guys now. But let me know, are you guys learning? Because I am. These architects and furniture designers are so cool. So, yeah, let me know in the comments what y'all like about, the best place y'all, think that y'all seen so far. Peace.